guys, getting back to you with another video of Farming Simulator 25 gameplay. And today's video is gonna be showing you guys around here on my cattle operation. We're taking a little break from the grain production aspect of things here now that harvest is pretty much wrapped up for the season. Got my 9RX quad tracks out in the fields, getting everything tilled up right now, and so they're staying plenty busy, and we got all the equipment power washed and put away back in the barns and in the shop. So I figured I would go ahead and take the opportune time to show you guys my cattle operation. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna start off with the barn here. This is just a cattle barn for beef or dairy. It is the Cow Barn XL, and then right here, if you look right here on the right hand side, right hand corner on the bottom right hand corner, there is a information box that pops up that tells me how many animals I have in here. And right now, as you can see, we have 267 head of cattle over here. The health is 100%. The reproduction time is 10 months. The reproduction rate is 30%. Sexual maturity is 16%, and then the offspring is in 7 months. And then we have food, straw, slurry, and metal levels. So for food, we can hold a total of 400,000 liters of food over here. And then straw, I just threw a couple bales in here before starting the video. That's up to 200,000. And then the slurry, there's 44,377 liters of slurry that needs to be hauled out of here. But not too worried about the slurry yet. So go ahead and walk down here. This is pretty much the inside of the barn. You can throw hay bales right here where this bale icon is. You can use that for food instead. If you run out of total mix ration, which we'll get into the total mix ration part of the video here in just a little bit. So this is pretty much the inside of the barn from one end to the other. We go out here, show you guys, this is where all the slurry goes. And then I have a slurry tank right here that I use to fill. And then this is actually a sprayer, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, fill the tank up here where the slurry is at, and then slurry comes out both of these hoses, both of these ends right here, and all the manure goes out into the field for fertilizing, for nutrients for the soil. And then right here we got the pasture. This is where all the cattle are at right now. I don't know if you guys can really tell, but there are a couple calves out there. There's one, and looks like there's another one over there by the red Angus. But these are all Angus cows. And then right here in the center is where you can buy and sell said cows if you wish to do so. So that is what that little indication is for right there. And with that being said, that's pretty much the barn. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to run over here and show you guys how I make feed. So starting right here, this little bin right here is where I put my mineral feed for making the total mixed ration. And this right here is where my total mixed ration is kept. This is pretty much in my opinion, I think it's a 2-in-1 system. You can make your feed, store your feed here, all in one facility. I don't use a TMR mixer. I actually just use my end loader that's sitting over here, which I'll show you that here in a second. But this particular system comes with 3 little bunkers where you can put silage, straw, and hay. You keep those filled up, and got to make sure that this system is active. So in order to do so, you just kind of run over here to this little icon right here. You hit your R key, and then it brings up your menu. If you go over here to the forage, you can see it is storing. And right now, we have This we have the 68,858 liters out of 72,000 total. So it is almost full. So anyway, if you click on forage here, you can go down here to an option. This will say activate. You click on that, and then the word deactivate will pop up, and it will automatically start using your hay, your mineral feed, and your silage and straw to then make the outgoing product, which is your TMR. So cycles per month is 72, and then the cost per month to do this is $24. So this is a very, very, very convenient setup, in my opinion, as far as making feed goes. I really like the fact that you don't have to kind of play the guessing game for how much you got to put in the mixer, or you don't have to turn on your help box to see the percentages of the certain things that you're putting in the mixer. All you got to worry about is just keeping these full at all times, and the TMR system does the rest. So, my opinion, it's really convenient, really easy to use, and right down here in the corner again is where all your information is. As you can see, quite a bit has been used so far, especially when you go to sleep. A lot is used overnight into the next day. So first thing in the morning when I wake up and start the game, or if you start a new day, um, first thing I do when I wake up, start the new day, is come over here and check cows, make sure this is running okay, make sure these are full, and make sure that everybody is fed. So, and then I got a couple bunkers over here with silage. I was starting to run low, in case you're wondering why I have two bunkers. I was starting to run low over here, and it would not allow me to put non-fermented silage in here because there was still silage in here that I was still using for feed. So what I was trying to do was I would have one bunker with regular feed in it, and then another bunker blanketed, so that way I could have silage fermenting and still be able to feed. So, but now it's gotten to the point to where they're both going to be pretty doggone full. So, don't really need both bunkers, but needless to say, I'm going to be pretty well set for silage for the time being. I'll save this for later. Over here, we got my hay barns, or hay sheds, whatever you want to call them. This is where we keep the hay and the straw bales to keep that filled up. And I had equipment in here at one point in time. I had hay equipment and silage equipment parked over here, but I went ahead and I found it's just as easy to rent everything instead of just keeping everything here on the farm. So that is why that is empty. Pretty much going to use that for an overflow. If I, get one too many bales back here to the farm, at least I'll have space in case this fills up faster than I can use it. So try to keep up on baling as often as I can. So now we're going to go back over here again and tell you about this end loader. So I use this end loader for everything. And the reason that I use this end loader for everything is because I have this end loader equipped with a 70,000 liter bucket. I'm pretty sure it's either 70 or 72, one of the two, 1,000 liters. It's definitely a game changer because I can scoop this up completely, and then I can have more than enough silage to fill this up just with one scoop. Not having to go back and get multiple scoops, I can get it all in one. Sometimes, if not all the time, filling that bucket up with these 70 to 72,000 liters is actually too much, so I have a little bit to clean up and put back. But that's kind of nice. Don't have to make multiple trips over here. You just fill up that bucket and go over there, just dump the bulk majority of it, and then you're good to go. And then something else that I use this end loader for is actually I use it to haul my feed. I just stick the bucket up underneath the spout right there and fill it up with TMR, and then take that over to the barn and dump it inside the barn for the cattle to eat. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to top off everything so you guys can kind of see how it's done. I do have the super strength mod on here, so I will be cheating a little bit and just grabbing bales and tossing them over. But just kind of show you guys what I do on a normal basis when I'm over here. The only thing that I'm not going to do is I'm not going to top off the bedding because that was full, and I am not going to fill up the tank with cattle manure as I just did that here recently. But as far as like the main things go, checking the TMR silos and then feeding, those are the two things that I do the most often. So I'm going to go ahead and do that for you, and then we're going to wrap this one up.